All right, listen up, little pupils. My little peasant pupils. I'm only going to say this once, and don't make fun of my hair because I'm full of static, so it's up in the air. Okay, so it's all about love. Basically, what you're going to need is this. This is very easy to make because it's like a quarter of 4. Which is like 15 minutes before I start work, and I have time to do this. That's how quick it is. You're gonna need old-fashioned oatmeal. Make sure it's old-fashioned because they're a little tinier, so it's easier to grind them in. You're gonna need honey, peanut butter, any kind, could be the creamy one, could be the crunchy one. You're gonna need raisins. You're gonna need peanuts, salty, unsalted, doesn't matter. And then I have these things here, which you can mix whatever you want. You can mix almonds, cranberries, walnuts, nuts, anything you want, you can mix it in. So first you want to start off with your wet ingredients, which is 2 cups of peanut butter to actually scratch that. 1 cup of peanut butter to half a cup of honey. I'll repeat. 1 cup of peanut butter to half a cup of honey. And you're gonna melt it in a pot, which I'm gonna turn it on now. I feel like snurren Leonor Samch. Så falta vunch med människor. All right, so here we go. Get yourself a measuring cup. This is a 2-cup measuring cup. And you're gonna scoop up 1 cup of peanut butter. You want to do this first because after you blend the peanut butter and the honey, you want to let it cool off a little bit because when it comes time to add the chocolate chips, which I keep them in the freezer because I like them nice and frozen when I mix it in, you don't want this to be too hot so it'll melt all the chocolate chips. You kind of want to have the chocolate chips intact as much as possible. So this is about a cup of peanut butter. You're going to throw it in the pan. Pardon my video quality, but I've never really I don't have the setup to do this. All right, once you have put your peanut butter in there in the pan, you're gonna put your honey, which is half a cup of honey. And I have gloves on because you don't have to put gloves on because I'm gonna be pressing all this stuff in. But you can also use a baking sheet. Or you could just use your hands, that's fine too. I'm not gonna use my hands because I'm giving these away and I'm a very considerate person. All right, half a cup of honey. Half a cup of honey. You're gonna throw it with a peanut butter. Scoop it up. It's good to have one of these so you can get all of the honey. And then you're just gonna, over medium heat, you're just gonna blend the two ingredients. It doesn't need much. Just a little bit. This is very healthy, and it kind of holds you up for a little bit. If you're hungry and you have one of these, you're good till, you know, good 2 hours, 3 hours, or more than that. You can have one of these in the morning, and you're good till 1 o'clock. So this is it. That's it. It doesn't take much more than that. So it's all blended in. You're gonna remove from the heat, and you're gonna let it cool a little bit. So while that's cooling, you're gonna add all your dry ingredients into a pan like this one. I also have this little gadget here just to crush the peanuts and the almonds, and you know, you can use a hammer, you can crush it by hand, but this is a lot easier. And you can put it whole too, it doesn't matter, but it's easier to blend everything together if you have it a little bit more crushed. So I'm going to start with the old-fashioned oatmeal. You're going to put 2 cups of old-fashioned oatmeal in the pan. And you can eyeball it, it's not very critical. You got 2 cups. Put a little more because there's a lot that got stuck in the cup. So 2 cups of oatmeal. Then you're going to grab a handful of raisins. Just a handful, you know, just eyeball it. A little bit more. As much or as little as you want. You're going to put a handful of peanuts, but I'm going to crush them a little bit before I put it in. Just a little bit, you know. Some will be crushed, some won't. Doesn't matter. And you throw anything you want. You can put some nuts. You can put some pistachios, anything. These are easy to crush, so I'm just going to do it by hand. Just a handful, or whatever you want. I'm going to put some cranberries. Again, like a handful, just to give it some color, some texture. If you don't want cranberries, you don't have to put them, just put whatever you want. I'm going to put some almonds. These are like already sliced, so I think I'm just going to use it like that. If they're whole almonds, just crush it a little bit. like a handful. I'm gonna put some pistachios. You know, crush it a little bit so it's not like too big of pieces. What else? That's about it. So if you see anything that's too big, you know, just crush it a little bit, because you want kind of tiny pieces. And then you put a little, make a little hole, and then you're gonna throw the peanut butter and honey that's been cooling into the mixture, and you're gonna use your hands and mix it all in until it's all well blended. Here we go. You mix it in. Like that. So I'm gonna mix that in. Once that's pre-blended, I'm gonna add some chocolate chips, which are in the freezer, like a couple of handfuls. You just mix it. See, that's still a little bit warm. You don't want it too warm so it doesn't melt the chocolate chips, but if the chocolate chips get melted, it's no big deal either. You just mix that in. Grind that all in. This is the good time to think about those people that you would love to twist their necks. And you pretend that you're twisting somebody's neck right now that did you wrong. And you want to teach them a good lesson. How dare you? All right, it doesn't take long to get it all blended. Once it's all blended, I'm gonna throw some chocolate chips, which I keep them in the freezer, which by the way is a great snack. In the middle of the night, you know, grab a little bit of chocolate chips. Mix it in. You just don't want any oatmeal that's not covered with a peanut butter. You want it all nice and covered. So this is ready. This is ready to throw the chocolate chips in. The semi-sweet chocolate chips, just like, you know, mix it in. When you mix it, it cools off the peanut butter a lot, so. Like a handful, you know, you don't need much. Just blend it in, mix it all in. All right, so now you're ready to press this on into a pan. Requires no bacon whatsoever. You just grab a pan and you're gonna press this up against the pan, and then you just cut it and eat it. That's it. I like to press it with my hands, but you could put like a baking sheet and press it, or you could press it with your hands. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you're just gonna, if it's for home, I just use my hands. I don't even put gloves on. So you press it in until it's all flat. And that's it. All you gotta do is cut it and eat it. And it's delicious and healthy. And it won't break the bank.